Hello everybody, my name is Akami-san and welcome back to part 2 of our video walkthrough of Metroid Dread for the Nintendo Switch. Now in the last video we finally have understood about what's been we actually finally gotten to the part where we finally encountered our first enemy, and now we've encountered the second enemy, and now we were given the objective by Adam to actually get to the surface of the planet. But however, that we're gonna have to overcome a lot of obstacles before we do that. And we're actually gonna go ahead and head into the second E.M.M.I zone, which is actually gonna contain the same enemy where we first encounter. However, though, like I did right over here, you want to just go ahead and just totally ignore it and just go right past it. However, though, just make sure that you familiarize yourself with the controls. However, though, like I said before, it just takes a lot of time and practice. But like I said before, you mostly want to keep moving, because if you get caught by one of the enemies at all, then you only have a very hard and small chance to actually get out and actually live. So as I said before, you will actually need to be familiar. You need to be familiar with the controls in order to be able to do a little more good. And if not, then I mean, that's pretty much all I could say. However, though, if you want to, as you can see, right, I have the timestamps listed right over here on the right side. So if you ever want to use the timestamps, you're welcome to do so. Other than that, though, I will go ahead and just get to one of the most important parts of the game, or actually just continue on. So you want to go ahead and go all the way straight down here after you encounter E.M.M.I Down. You want to go all the way to your right. Once you head all the way to your right, there's actually going to be this a little exploding pillar that's actually going to be exploding rock right there. You want to go ahead and shoot at it in order to make that small gap explode. Once you do, you want to go ahead and head all the way straight back to the very far left, and you want to go ahead and head up there to the door, and just like so. And this will actually be the first. This is actually going to be the map room, where we'll actually get the map of Artaria. Yay! Alright then, so by clicking the map, we finally actually get a good view of Artaria. So Artaria map will actually show us everything of the whole entire map of Artaria. So now we'll be able to actually know where we are and which areas that we haven't explored, what areas we have explored. So you want to go ahead and head all the way straight down, because going all the way straight up will not do anything at all. So you want to go ahead and head all the way to the right. Once you head all the way to the right, we're actually going to enter the E.M.M.I zone once again. But however, though, like I said before, you want to make sure that you keep moving and you don't ever, and I mean do not ever get caught by the enemy. So like I said before, just keep going. You don't ever want to stop at all, because if you get caught, it's a 99% chance of death. However, though, a 1% chance of being able to live. So once you go ahead and head into this room, you want to go ahead all the way straight down and head all the way to the left. Over here, you want to stand at the switch where it's actually going to be laying out, where this engine is actually going to lay out some water. But just before the enemy is about to come, you want to go ahead and head all the way, jump up and head to the right, and then head all the way straight down, slide into the small little air gap. Once you head into the gap, you want to go ahead and head straight to the door. Don't hesitate, just go for it, and just don't let the enemy come after you. Once you're actually out, you want to go ahead and head all the way straight down to the left. So as you can see here, I was going to the right because I thought I recalled something here, but you know what? I guess I didn't. So also, if you notice that little statue right there, that's actually just an energy statue. Energy statues can be found almost everywhere around almost everywhere around the map for each of the map worlds. However, though, they're very useful. So once you get over here, you want to go ahead and open this hatch and door and head all the way straight down to the right. However, though, just go, if you want to, you can ignore these enemies, but you don't have to. But still, I mean, like I said, it's better to just keep yourself healthy. So you want to go ahead and slide in here, and we're going to acquire this charge beam. The charge beam is actually going to be very useful, because in this case, you can actually perform now an instant charge. If you hadn't noticed, an instant charge is basically a special glitch where actually you can actually charge up your charge beam without standing. So basically, you will have to hold down the B button while jumping. So basically, you want to go ahead. So as you can see here, I jump, I hold down the charge button, and then the moment I jump, then I let go. Because the thing is that if you actually didn't know, the game actually for some reason, every time when you jump, it actually charges much faster, as you can see here. So as you can see, I'm having a bit of a hard time because I was trying to get the timing down, but as you can see here, the charge time is really fast. So this is very useful if you ever run out of missiles and you just want to take out some enemies much faster. So I would say that's actually the more appropriate approach, because in case if you run out of missiles, you can actually use that, and that's really extremely more helpful. So like I said before, you want to use those more often because they're just so good to use. And I mentioned, being able to charge up and actually like make one of those bomb blocks explode is actually really helpful. So we're gonna go ahead and head all the way straight to the right, and then we're actually gonna go all the way straight down. I want to be careful with this enemy, and you'll actually get our first energy tank. I'll actually show throughout the walkthrough. I'll actually show you where the energy tanks that I will actually find in the game, because as I said before, this is actually just a walkthrough. I'm not 100%ing this, sadly, but however though I will do that actually again. But I'll actually show where you can acquire every single one of the energy tanks in the separate video. Right now, I'm just showing you a walkthrough on how to get through the entire game without getting lost. As you can see here, we're actually going to go back the same where we came from. We're actually going to go ahead and head back to the map where we spoke with Adam, who told us about the E.M.M.Is that were supposedly hacked. But if you want to, you can just go ahead and just click on the timestamps and head to like the specific area where you think you get stuck. But like I said before, it's better to watch the whole entire video before you go. As you can see here, we're actually gonna go back to the computer room, because as you can see here, there's one room at the top right where it's actually a charge beam door. However, though, we couldn't open that, but now we have the charge beam. It's actually gonna be much easier for us when we go back that way. Now you want to go ahead and be very careful, because like I said before, we don't know. And now we're actually going to drop down to another E.M.M.I zone. Oh no, I wonder why. So the E.M.M.I zone is actually, so as you can see here, we couldn't access here because of the course of the charge beam. But now since we have the charge beam, we can now access through this other E.M.M.I zone. However, though, it's the same area. It's just that we're going through because the other area that we actually exploded the bomb block. Now that's engulfed in water. We actually can't slide underwater, so that's sad. However, though, we can actually head back to the same area. So like I said here, as you can tell, the moment the enemy detects the vibration, or I basically got our movement, you want to go ahead and just ignore it and just continue straight as if you were just minding your own business, or just as if you were going to shopping center. But you know what, that's okay. So you can see here, it's impossible to get down over here, but you know what, we're just gonna ignore it and just go ahead and head through. Now if you want to, you can just ignore the enemies here, but I mean, it's up to you. All I'm doing is I'm just trying to get through. So we're actually going to head back to the same control room where we spoke with Adam about. And you can see there's actually some type of creature that's actually crawling there. I wonder what it is. So you want to go ahead and head back to the door where we couldn't access before in the beginning of the video. And over here, if you actually slide under, you actually acquire a tank. Go ahead and block and actually destroy these blocks over here that are actually fake blocks, where you can actually easily break them with just a beam or a charge shot, if you will. And anyone works. You want to go ahead and use a charge shot and open this door and just hold and go all the way straight to the right. Alright then, so once you enter, you want to go ahead and head all the way straight down. So you want to ignore these enemies, head to this door or to the left. Once you do, go ahead and pass through the map, and you want to go ahead and head all the way to your left again. So you want to keep going and head straight down to the door on the very bottom. Because once you do, you'll be able to get into the thermal fuel. Once you do so, you want to go ahead and step on the pad and just wait, and then Samus will actually just go ahead and change the fuel on her own. Once you do, you want to go ahead and head through the thermal door, and you'll be able to actually get back. Once you do, we'll be able to head back into the communication room, which Adam will actually have something else to tell us. So you want to go ahead and head back the same way, so you want to just be careful. However, if you want to, you want to go ahead and if you charge up your charge beam, you can actually jump through the enemies and still be okay.
Uploading data.
There was no record of your assailant in the Federation database. However, there are records of a chosen warrior tribe. There is a strong possibility the two are connected. You have seen the warrior tribe's architecture and artifacts on this planet. I conclude that this was one of their settlements. But why would someone lead you here and send the E.M.M.I after you? The footage of the X-Parasite may have been staged to lure you in. The situation remains unclear, but your priority hasn't changed. You must return to the ship. You have activated the magma supply system that has restored power to the closed thermal doors. Seek them out to proceed. Continue to search for the unique energy you employed against the first E.M.M.I. It is the only way you can confront them. Unfortunately, this energy is limited. You may have noticed it dissipating after an E.M.M.I is destroyed. There are 6 remaining E.M.M.I hunting you. You have no means to confront them. Remember that.
Alright then, so once we understand what Adam has told us, since now it makes more sense. Now there's 6 enemies remaining, but however though, now once we're getting control of sense, we can go ahead and head down towards the door where there was the thermal field can finally access to. So now we can actually use the thermal doors. Once you get through, you want to go ahead and head all the way straight down to where we had our first encounter with the second enemy. Once you do, go ahead and head straight all the way down, try to make a good jump and head into this door. Let's go ahead and keep going and head all the way straight up to the right. Keep going, go ahead and do a charge me. Head up to the room, to the path that takes you to the right. Once you do, you want to go ahead and slide through, and actually going to take us to this little room. So as you can see here now, apparently it's the same thing that we saw before, but this is now a central unit, a live one. So it's similar to the mother brain from the original Metroid, but just a little bit different. So as you see before here, you want to make sure that you don't get hurt by the lasers, but also by the rings. You can actually break them by using the missile or charge beam. So for this one, you want to go ahead and keep shooting missiles at the central unit, shell. Once you do, it will actually break open, and once you do, you can actually go ahead and just simply hurt it with beams or charge shot or missiles. Once you take it down, then as you can see here, the second enemy will actually come back for us and will actually now be able to detect us where we are. So there's no more hiding we can do. We all were initially targeted by the enemy for permanent reason. Actually permanent. So in any way, we can no longer get out. But as you can see here, now once again we require the Omega Canyon. But now we actually have locked a new ability known as Omega Stream and the Omega Stream. The Omega Stream basically you want to hold down the L button, and then you want to go ahead and press the Y button or the B button, as I should say. I'm just gonna keep it simple. You want to go ahead and head down to the. You want to go ahead and hold on the left and the Y button, and then you'll be able to initiate Omega Stream. Now once you get back to the room, you want to go ahead and head all the way straight down and come down to where this door that I came down of. Once you do, you want to go ahead hold down on the Y button to be able to keep doing continuous amount of Omega Stream. Don't wait, it will never run out. Once you do, you want to wait for the enemy to come, and once you go ahead and break its front head shell, you want to go ahead and blast an Omega Canyon at it, and then it will destroy the enemy. Once you do, we will be able to acquire a new item known as a magnet. Magnet claw, I believe. Actually, no, it's more like the magnetic ability, where we'll be able to grab onto magnet walls. This is actually going to be a very useful thing because the spider magnet actually allows us to hold on to those blue parts of the wall that apparently we couldn't attach onto. So as you can see here, now we can actually grab onto those spider walls without any problem. However, though, like I said before, you just want to make sure that you want to be very familiarized with the controls. As you can see here, I'm very familiarized myself with it. But at the same time, though, this ability will actually become very handy. So once you do, you want to go ahead and head back to where Adam was, but you know what? I'm actually just going to go ahead and just go back to where it was. But however, though, it seems like I actually am going to be out of time for this episode, guys. However, though, do not fear, I will be back on part 3 for Metroid Dread for Nintendo Switch. As you can see here, I'm having a little bit of trouble. But oh well. Once you head out to the enemy, you want to go ahead and head down all the way down to blast the bomb block. And you want to go ahead head all the way straight to your right. So once you do, actually no, not to the right, I'm sorry, I meant to go down, right. So once you go ahead and slay this room if you want to, but I will see you guys in part 3 for Metroid Dread for Nintendo Switch, as we will continue in the video walkthrough. I'm Akami-san, guys. I'll see you guys in part 3. Take care.